Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for my match preview ahead of this weekend's game between Norwich City and Everton. It is the early kickoff, and I believe it is our first ever game on BT Sport. So, Jake Humphrey, do us proud, my friend. Anyway, going into this game off the back of some inconsistent form, I think that's fair to say. I thought we were really decent going into that Watford game. The past couple of games before that, we'd performed really well. And then it just all went to pieces at Watford. It was horrific. Probably our worst performance this season. No players turned up whatsoever. And, you know, I walked away from that obviously feeling disappointed and felt like an opportunity had been missed. But at the same time, that performance will not be replicated again. I just know it. Alex Neil will drill in that that was not good enough under any circumstances. I think the weather did have something to play on it. I think that's a crap excuse, but I think it did. I think we'll learn from that and I think we'll move on. If I see another performance like that again this season, that's when I'll be worried. But after Watford, I don't think we'll be seeing another performance that bad. It can't get any worse. That's one of my points, actually. It literally can't get worse than Watford. So I'm expecting a better performance this weekend. But, you know, we've got a decent record against Everton. 5 of the last 7 meetings have ended in draws. Obviously, we've already played Everton this season away from home in the Capital One Cup. Unfortunately, we lost on penalties there, but we did take the lead. I thought we looked very good. So that's going to give us confidence. Admittedly, Everton didn't have a first team out, but neither did we. They had Lukaku out, they had Barkley out, and I thought we dealt pretty well with them. So hopefully we can do that again this weekend. That's the plan anyway. Everton have just won just once in 7 games, travelling down to Carrow Road. It's a long trip for an early Saturday kickoff, a bit harsh from BT Sport. I doubt there'll be many Everton fans down for it. It's a 6-hour trip on the coach and we're kicking off at 12:45. So that is a bit harsh. But Everton have lost only one of their last 8 away games. They're very good on the road. They've scored a lot of goals this season. Their strike force is pretty deadly. Delafeu, Barkley, Lukaku. Lukaku scored 9 in his last 9. He's one of the Premier League's top goal scorers, one of the most informed strikers, that's for sure, in the Premier League this season. So that's certainly the positions we need to look at and try and do well against. Basong needs to improve. Well, everyone needs to improve, but I thought Basong had one of his worst performances in a Norwich City shirt last week. He was turned so easily by Garlo. If he does that again this weekend, Lukaku will be scoring goals. And also, Everton have a pretty strong midfield. Their man, Gareth Barry, is the second in the table for the most distance covered this season, behind that man, Andrew Sermon. Yes, Andrew Sermon, the ex-Norwich player, has run the most in the Premier League this season. Probably the most pointless stat, but it does show that the Everton midfield is fairly mobile. What do we do this weekend? I think we need to change up our tactical game plan. I thought we were a bit too defensive. I thought we played way too many long balls away at Watford. Alex Neil did hint at the fans forum last night that he won't be playing that defensive style for much longer. He's going to be looking to buy players in the January transfer window that can fit into more of his style rather than having to revert to a defensive style. He said that the only reason he went from that attacking free-flowing style to the defensive free-flowing style is to try and cut out these individual mistakes, but the individual mistakes keep cropping up even in the defensive format. So he might as well play his preferred format, just try and get these individual mistakes out, and I think that's probably the best format. I'd say probably one of our best performances this season have been either against Bournemouth at home or Arsenal at home. Both of them games we played with different tactical setups, but the only reason we done well in them is because we didn't make too many individual mistakes and every player on the pitch done really well. That's what we need. We haven't really got the players to dig us out of holes. We haven't got the talent to individually win a game on their own, so we do need just everyone to turn up and give 120%, because if not, we're going to really struggle in these types of games. And as I alluded to earlier, Alex Neil won't be taking another performance like that against Watford. I would have thought there'll be changes. I doubt Lewis Grabban will be starting. I would have thought Declan Rice would have held his place. I would have thought there'd be changes in the middle of the park. Alex Neil will be changing things. He won't settle for the crap we had to sit through last week. So that's a good thing. But, it's going to be a massive game against Everton. They've got a great team. They've scored a lot of goals. And it's important for us because we go into this Christmas break. We need to get some points on the board. All of the bottom three are starting to pick up points. They're starting to make changes. And even the teams above us are starting to make changes. We saw Swansea sack Gary Monk, which will probably mean Swansea will pick up a few more points in the short term. You've got Aston Villa starting to click a bit. You've got Newcastle off a big win against Liverpool. And you've got Sunderland, who are starting to perform pretty decently as well. So we do need to pick up our game big time. And we need to pick up points going into this Christmas period because it is a very tough Christmas period. You've got Spurs and United both away from home tucked in there. So if we don't pick up points, we could see ourselves thrown into the relegation zone this weekend. We don't want that. We want to be staying clear of that at all costs. So I think that's a fairly decent match preview. I think I've covered all the points. Score prediction. I'm going for a 2-2. That's my realist head on. I think optimistic head, we can go on and win this, of course. We've got a decent team, we've got a great manager, and Everton might not turn up. Who knows? We've drawn against them earlier in the season. We should have won, so that's going to give us leaps and bounds of confidence. This fixture just has draw written all over it. As I said earlier, 5 of the last 7 meetings have ended in draws, so I reckon a 2-2 here. I reckon Mbakani will get one. And I reckon Johnny Howson might get one. Silence some critics. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave me your score predictions in the comments below. And how do we cope with Romelu Lukaku? That is the question of the week. Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Leave it a like, share it out on social media, and I will see you very soon. Peace out.